Hey, welcome back, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the actor and musician Jared Leto. Now, some of the things we're going to be talking about, well, they're pretty bad. He was trending on Twitter about his movie Morbius last week, and then when I clicked to check out what people were saying, I saw a tweet from Dylan Sprouse. That's the brother of Cole Sprouse, if you've ever watched Riverdale. So this sent me down a rabbit hole, and you're not going to believe the stuff that I found. There's island cults, stories to do with underage girls, bizarre competitions, taking advantage of his fan base. There's a lot here. Grab yourself a beverage and brace yourselves. Oh, I got it in my eye. Jared Joseph Leto is an American actor and musician known for his method acting in a variety of roles. He received numerous accolades throughout his career, which spanned over 3 decades, including Academy Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, a Golden Globe Award, and a Critics' Choice Movie Award. He's currently 50 years of age. Before we get into some of the more hardcore stuff, I want to talk about how he pushes boundaries while calling it method acting. One Twitter user says, Jared Leto was so committed to playing Morbius that he would use crutches and slowly limp to the bathroom. However, pee breaks were taking so long that it was slowing down filming, so a compromise was made for him to use a wheelchair. So he gets pretty immersed in his roles, which, I mean, that is method acting, and it's not a big deal. But Jared Leto takes it to an extreme level. I've read articles where directors and co-stars were actually afraid to even interact with him because of some of the things that he would do, which include sending sticky Playboy magazines, used condoms, beads, and a lot more to some of these co-stars. Obviously, I'm going to be censoring some words so this video doesn't get suppressed by the algorithm. This is a video where Jared admits to some of these things.
Who did you send used to?
Oh, everybody. Maybe they didn't want to tell you, but no, I mean, I did a lot of things to create a dynamic, to create an element of surprise, of spontaneity.
That's surprise.
And to really break down any kind of walls that may be there. I mean, the Joker is somebody who doesn't really respect things like personal space or boundaries.
I have seen it be said that Jared lies purposely in interviews to embellish stories, to make it just, to get the craziest stories out there and rotating in media because he gets a kick out of what people will believe. But having some of his co-stars back up some of these more interesting stories makes me wonder a lot.
I got that. Jared sent.
Wait a minute, we can't just skip over that.
Yeah.
You're gonna use. What do you say? What do you think?
You say Jared has gone full Joker.
Did you get one?
Yes, I got
What do you
so many
do?
weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
Yeah, he sent used and sticky Playboy magazines.
Honestly, just hearing this, I feel like it's disrespectful to his co-stars and the time and effort that they're also putting into the movies. I think that it borders even criminal activity. Like, if some of these things were unwanted by the co-stars, which, I mean, if you think about it. And he does all this stuff under the guise of method acting, which I don't know if that's exactly how method acting is supposed to work. It definitely shouldn't be an excuse for inappropriate behavior, but let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below. Jared Leto is not just a famous actor, he's also the lead singer of a very well-known band, 30 Seconds to Mars, which he co-founded with his brother Shannon Leto in 1998. Now, there's been terrible, terrible stories about Jared Leto and his band going back decades. You've probably heard some of these stories, but you might have not known the details. We're going to go over those details throughout this video, so get ready for that. First, I feel like it's important to know that he's sort of leveraged his musical success and his fan base towards strange and irresponsible situations. Over on the Repzilla Twitter, I quote tweeted saying, "We should probably look into Jared Leto's island cult," and this is going to be very strange. So this is pictures of Jared Leto acting like some type of Jesus figure while he's walking with people that have joined this, and we're going to talk about the details in just a moment. They're all wearing white. They can be seen gathering around him here. Mostly you can see it's young girls. The way he presents himself here does look like he is some type of deity. And let me tell you, this wasn't a free event, so wait till you hear about the prices. One person says, having a 3-day retreat with your most dedicated fans is going to look culty no matter how you swing it. What kind of music festival has yoga, Nature activities, bro, please. The obsessiveness about this cult it's really on another level, and you're going to be surprised to hear about the details.
Everybody give me an amen. Give me a hallelujah. Give me a praise the Lord.
The main 30 Seconds to Mars Twitter, they actually tweeted saying, yes, this is a cult, hashtag Mars Island. So I'm going to read some of these comments here so you guys can get a feel of what I'm talking about. Now, this fan base, they're not just called fans. He calls them the Echelon, which is some type of military formation. The word was also used as a secret government code name, which was a surveillance program operated by the United States. It's also a formation where the units are arranged diagonally. Each unit is stationed behind and to the right or behind to the left of the unit. So you can kind of take that for what you will, but let's read some of the comments from the Echelon. Am I saying that right? 600 people with different ages, nations, professions in the middle of the sea, united by love, music, and by your talent. Some people got red yarn-looking bracelets. One user saying, been in this cult since 2002 and I'm never leaving. This is my home. A cult, a family, beautiful memories of us, Echelon, with our Echelon leader. Thank you for giving us all this. And you can see 100% that he is playing into the role. Apparently, this cult was all started as a joke, as can be seen in a 2013 New York Times interview with Jared Leto. At one point in the video for the song Closer to the Edge, the words, yes, this is a cult, come on screen. It's a joke, a response to journalists saying, you have such a cult following. We have always had incredibly committed people following us. If people like 30 Seconds to Mars, they really, really, really like it. It's really interesting how he responds to the interviewer about how this is a secret joke that's not meant for him. Seeing all those fans screaming and crying, I guess I didn't quite understand where the joke ended and where the actual messianic business began, you know? He says, well, I'll push back a little bit. The joke really isn't for you. It's for the believers who get the joke. And this is one of the things about Jared Leto. There's always some type of excuse that he has for whatever it is that he's doing. He does interviews and he lies in those interviews purposely with outrageous claims to get the media to spread the word further, to have fun with it, he says. And on other occasions, the method acting, well, you could say that was an excuse for some of his boundary pushing. It's really hard to tell where the joke is in these things at times, or if he's really taking this serious. You never use the word fans. People who like you are the Echelon. He says, I hate the word fan. It just seems so dismissive because we have this cult, this family, these believers who understand. It seems fitting that there was a name to reference them. So the next question from this interview is actually how he does go about his interviews. You've said some strange things in interviews over the years. You once claimed to have spent time in prison. When I was young, I read that River Phoenix said he tried to lie as much as possible in interviews. It's okay to have a little fun out there. It's not about being evasive. As you can see, I'm an open book. And again, it's very difficult to know if Jared is joking or not. It's very similar to how he behaves when he's method acting. There seems to be some type of excuse for everything he does, but the things that go on behind the scenes, they appear to be real. I'm going to show you this video I found. It shows you behind the scenes of what this is like to be a part of these types of events, and you get mega church vibes 100%. They all dress in white. They call themselves the Echelon. He parades around as some type of Jesus-like figure. They have a very strong us versus them mentality, which psychologically this type of mentality creates like this deeper type of connection between him and his fans where they feel like they're part of something special or part of something that other people are not a part of. And this would be okay if there wasn't several occasions where it appears that Jared Leto is taking advantage of his fan base, specifically when he ran a competition where the grand prize was sleeping in his bed for a night. In a May 9th, 2013 tweet, he said, I will admit my bed is more like a hotel than most. Hashtag the sleepover. This has been deleted, but I found the original rules for the competition on the Wayback Machine. Titled The Sleepover, it says, ever wonder what it's like to be at the Mars lab? Want to come see? Even better, want to spend the night? Then we've got a contest for you. Enter for a chance to be one of 5 winners who will receive the exclusive invitation to the lab for a magical night we are calling The Sleepover. Which sounds fine enough until you get to this part. Still want more? Are you ready? One of the 5 winners will spend the night at Jared's house in Jared's very own bed. WTF, yes, it's true. Travel included. Now, I probably wouldn't get such creep vibes about this if within this competition rules they didn't say that it was a field night and birthplace of love, lust, and faith and dreams. Follow it off with staying the night in dude's bed. That doesn't feel like a correct message to send across to your fans that are primarily 30 Seconds to Mars young girls. Come on. And then say the possibilities are endless. I actually did find a now deleted Tumblr post where one of the winners go over their experiences and how really disappointing it was. Something I do want to point out here on the Wayback Machine is there's specific things, numbers that are the color yellow. And it's important to note that if these are the color yellow, then they have been manually removed. Around June of 2019, the Wayback Machine added a feature where the tool would highlight content additions and deletions in yellow and blue. And within my research, a lot of this stuff included things that were deleted, and I found more often than not that things were completely scrubbed from the internet manually. So in this post here, it talks about one of the winners and how they felt disappointed, but it gave a little bit more details. It said that there were 3 girls and 3 guys that won. And again, if you click the source, it's completely gone. If you search it on the Wayback Machine, it's completely gone. Basically, this person's post talked about how Jared barely was there. He didn't autograph anything like he was supposed to, and a lot of things wasn't like they were supposed to be. And even Jared's bed was actually a coffin, and apparently the winner that got to stay in his bed's name was Matt, and here's a clip. She ends off saying, yes, I have to admit that I'm sure some of you had more opportunities to interact with the band, and it was very nice, very cool. And even though this was not what we were expecting it to be, and we were eager for more, I'm grateful for having been there and have been given the opportunity. So in this situation, there's no evidence, besides it just being generally overall creepy, that shows that anything bad happened, but it does show he is willing and aware of his fan base's devotion and how he can profit from it. But that's not all, because there's a lot more to show you here. Back in 2013, they were criticized for asking fans to get tattoos to appear in one of their new music videos. So essentially, they asked fans to film themselves getting tattoos and saying specific things in order to win a chance to be in the video. Along with the request of a list of things fans must do in order to have their video qualify for consideration, including close-ups of the area tattooed before, during, and after the process, all fans must be filmed saying, I am the Echleon, before going under the needle, and must also explain why they're getting it done. This is one of the fans' tattoos here. It says love, love, faith, and dreams. Now, to explain the details, fans only had less than a week to get this done. One article saying, it's absolutely irresponsible and probably the worst thing that Mars has ever done, giving fans a week time to get a tattoo of some random song. People should choose their own lyric to a song that means something. You need time to do that. Any tattoo artist who would give you an appointment within 1 week, LL, I would not suggest you go there. Which, and again, I can see this, lots of young fans, less than a week time, they're going to be hurrying up, rushing to try to get this, to meet this competition deadline, and they may not be happy with their outcomes, so I get this. Interestingly enough, on the 30 Seconds to Mars website, this has also been completely manually scrubbed. Jared's also been accused of exploiting his fans by charging over $900 for meet and greets for 30 Seconds to Mars. And to top it off, during these meet and greets, they were wearing surgical gloves. One person on Instagram saying, 30 Seconds to Mars at a meet and greet last week wearing rubber gloves. Nice message to send to your fans. Honestly, it is a bit weird. Keep in mind this is in 2013. If this was around the time of the pandemic, I would completely understand this type of thing, but it wasn't. And also, to put it in perspective, Rihanna charged about $116 for meet and greets, and Taylor Swift took the stance of not charging anything for meet and greets. I actually had somebody comment under my tweet saying this Yo, I met him and he's a DICK. Worst meet and greet ever. No eye contact, not even a hello. Just signed my CD and passed it down to the table to the next band member. Didn't even get a chance to ask for a picture. FUCK Jared Leto and his crap band. Going on to say this was back in 2010 as well. No pandemic, no reason to not even acknowledge the person right in front of you. And not even the cult meetings are free, and the prices, they're going to scare you. Screenshot Media revealed that its Camp Mars event, which was held between the 7th and 9th of September 2019, charged $999 for 2 nights of outdoor camping, where you had to bring your own tent and supplies. The getaway also included daytime outdoor activities like rock climbing and archery, plus 2 30 Seconds to Mars concerts, which the band called Church of Mars. More expensive dorm options were offered, but the only way to sleep in a space that wasn't shared with strangers was to pay $6,499 for VIP experience. That is absolutely insane. And don't get me wrong, the issue is not that they're making money, it's the way that they're going about it and the general ways that they're doing this, while also unironically proclaiming themselves as anti-greed back in 2013. Jared Leto made a music industry documentary saying that he was pro-fairness, pro-art, and pro-creativity. So this had to do with the record label EMI and their second album, A Beautiful Lie, where they claimed in a lawsuit that they never saw much money from their album sales. So honestly, it's a bit hypocritical to complain about how the industry is exploiting you by taking your money, while also you yourself are attempting to cash in every way possible. It's not good. I'm actually interested to know if any of you out there have your own experiences with Jared Leto. If you could tweet me at ZillaRage on Twitter. Also, drop me a follow. I'm trying to get to 30K this year. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, let me know. For decades, there have been terrible stories about Jared Leto accusing him of SA and inappropriate relations with underage girls. Actually, one of the reasons I decided to make this video was because during the release of Morbius that week, he was trending on Twitter, and I clicked to see what everybody was talking about, and I ran across a tweet, interesting tweet. May 16, 2018, Dylan Sprouse tweeted, "Yo, Jared Leto, now that you slid into the DMs of every female model aged 18 to 25, what would you say your success rate is?" Now, if you're not aware, Dylan Sprouse is the twin brother of Cole Sprouse. He's the star that goes by Jughead Jones on Riverdale. This is Cole Sprouse, and this is Dylan Sprouse. James Gunn actually replied to Dylan Sprouse and said he starts at 18 on the internet. This is actually not the first time that James has talked about Jared Leto. Back in 2015, in a now-deleted Periscope live stream, he went on there and, among other things, talked about how Jared slept with underage girls. Now, this has since been deleted. James said on Instagram, "Good morning, Bogota, Colombia. I'm sorry to all of you around the world who saw my Ambien-fueled Periscope session last night at 3 a.m. Yes, I erased it." But he didn't deny anything that was said, and even further back in 2012, he tweeted this. "Driving home from Vegas, trading stories about what a DICK Jared Leto is." This, of course, has been deleted, and for whatever reason, completely scrubbed off the Wayback Machine. In the same year of James's deleted livestream post, the New York Post reported that Jared had been pursuing teen models. This was written by Chris Wilson and starts off saying, "Jared Leto likes him young, the 33-year-old Requiem for a Dream actor, last seen squiring Ashley Olsen and Lindsay Lohan around town, has been aggressively pursuing many of the teen models shacked up at the Maritime Hotel." One source said that he'd been approaching all the girls around there and inviting them to his show. Girls from IMG, Elite, Next, and Women are staying there, and Jared has been hitting on all of them. He's a serial texter. He is consistently texting these 16 to 17-year-old girls. It's really kind of creepy. He actually approached a new Elite model that was 17 years old named Nadia at a restaurant. And she said, "No, you can't have my number because I have a boyfriend." And the boyfriend was actually there and witnessed it all. It was at a restaurant at the Maritime Hotel. Also in 2015, there was another story that was making its rounds, and this story has been completely scrubbed from the internet, but I did manage to get a hold of a couple pieces of it through the Wayback Machine. I'm going to show you these now deleted things, and keep in mind that this is probably the most graphic part of this video. If you are sensitive to these types of things, be careful. It was written by Evangeline Van Houten, and it's titled "Another Cosby," a reminder that several women have accused Jared Leto of SA. it details stories and encounters that women have had with Jared, and it doesn't add up to a really pretty picture here. One person saying that he was very aggressive, there was choking, no respect, and it seemed like he enjoyed hurting the person. At one point they say, I didn't like the choking, and at least he eased up on that a bit, but he still did the wrist restraining and ramming. I like rough, but he seems to zone out, and it's scary. Another saying they didn't mind the name calling, but the whole time that they were having relations with him, they felt like they were being raped and not even play rape. In his mind, it seems like he thought he was actually doing that, and it was very odd. One person saying that they had relations with him when they were 15 years old. Another saying, I lost all respect for Jared Leto after I met too many teenage girls who have been approached by Jared in order to sleep with them. He's just another rock star who lets his ego get to his head so he can take advantage of young girls. He even hit on my 15-year-old best friend. He's no better than Roman Polanski in my eyes. The stories get really bad, but here's a story that actually involves his brother, Shannon Leto, and a tour bus. It says Jared Leto grabbed a girl's neck while she gave his brother a lap dance. So this situation right here was said to have happened around April 2002, and he was in the middle of a 3-year relationship with Cameron Diaz. This is what the girl says. The other girls and I got down to bikinis and hung out with Jared and the band backstage. The girl then says Jared invited her onto his tour bus. His brother, Shannon, the band's drummer, was already on it, and the three of us were the only people there. I gave Jared a lap dance for just a minute, but then he asked me to do the same for his brother, who was sitting on the couch. As I started to dance for Shannon, Jared suddenly grabbed me around the throat from behind and said to me, I can reach pure sexual enjoyment in 30 seconds just by looking into your eyes. Obviously, it was a kind of weird situation. Jared sat back down and watched Vicky lap dance for his brother for 10 minutes. She claims then the interlude ended and the roadie announced it was time for them to leave for the next gig. Jared is one of the stranger guys I've met. Going back to 2018, a writer named Helen tweeted this. Is Jared Leto's consistent predatory behavior really unknown to the public, or did the collective consciousness shut down after Bill Cosby's 2004 SA case? Everyone selectively forgot about it until Hannibal Buress made people remember. Going on to say, do y'all not realize the types of outlets for coming forward there were before literally 2017? None. Media-wise, you came out on Reddit anonymously or on blogs or to friends. His did all of this. At this point, they don't owe y'all anything and have probably given up. I actually reached out and had a conversation with Helen, and she told me some pretty terrible things. I've asked her if I can share those stories with you guys, but she's not gotten back to me yet. If she does, I'll let you know here, so make sure your subscribe notifications turned on. These types of serious pop up every time that Jared Leto is trending in media, most recently when he took a picture with Olivia Rodrigo at the Grammys. Just on 4/4/22, the headlines, Jared Leto misconduct resurfaced after photo with Olivia Rodrigo. This is the photo here. Users on Twitter saying, I hate this, please keep her away from him, oh my god. After reading all that, this picture is very uncomfortable. Oh no, Olivia, BFF, get behind me, I'm gonna protect you. I think it's very concerning that these types of things come up whenever Jared is trending in the news, but it kind of seems like it just gets swept under the rug. I don't know why that is, but when I was doing my research with this video, a lot of things were scrubbed from the internet, things were manually removed from the Wayback Machine. It's just kind of weird. It's almost like somebody is protecting him. But as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know 2 things. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes, and as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. It is strange. And you know what? We're going to need positivity turtles in the chat. Walls and walls of green. I want to see so many positivity turtles, turtle emojis in the chat. If you're unfamiliar, that is a ceramic turtle that my mother gave me to keep me positive when I'm covering topics like this. I want to say rest in peace to Greg the Cat. I want to thank all my patrons for your continued and ongoing support. We're actually at 109 patrons. I'm trying to get to 120, so if you want to help me out with that goal this year, the link will be in the pinned comment. Check it out, see if it's something that's for you. And don't forget to follow the Twitter. I'm trying to get to 30,000 followers this year as well. And I just update a lot of stories over there. Generally, if you like the videos, you'll like that as well. And that's just another way to show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg. And how you do that? I'm going to subscribe, notifications turn on, be in the comment section for every single video because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there in spirit, and the rest of the Red Sox community as well. And I expect to see you there too because this channel loves you. Now it's time to eat. Man, I'm always hungry after I shoot a video. What'd you eat today? Let me know.